What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually a bit raging. For those of you that do know me personally or know me from my Snapchat, you would know that I love budgeting out my money. Like, I will barely part with money. I love it too much. Although money isn't everything, you know, it's good to have more than less. So I went out and I bought 3 new vape liquids, right? This Rainbow Blast. Review of that. If you like the taste of paint scraper, like something that you, or nail varnish remover, that's a better description. If you like nail varnish remover, I'd recommend that. I got this Blackjack from Witchcraft. Yeah, that's useless as well. And I got Cosmic Fog Sunset. And if you like the taste of tobacco with cream that's been gone off for the past week, I'd recommend that you get that as well. But no, that's not what this video is about. That's only one thing I'm raging about. Last weekend, I went out in Portlaoise. Again, those of you that know me know that I don't like going out where I live. For the simple reason is, I'm more into, you know, going out in all cities and all that sort of stuff. I'd rather be out in a more crowded place. I don't know, some people say there's no place like home. I don't know, last weekend I went out with all the lads and my girlfriend, and I just happened to drink a little too much. I had, what? I haven't drank in ages, so I drank a naggin, then I had a bit of Absolute, forget which flavour it was, tiny little bottle about that size, and I had a bit of Grey Goose. So I was like, do you know what? I haven't been out in ages, may as well make the most of it. So I start drinking, I was like, oh yeah. You know when you feel the little buzz, you're like, oh yeah, tonight's going to be a good night. So yeah, little warning, I barely ate before I went out. That's dangerous. Because I didn't eat much before I went out, obviously the drink got to me. And then as soon as the air hit me, I was like, oh. But also, nicotine buzz out of a vape does not help the situation either. So yeah, I will admit, I felt sick at the start as soon as I got to the pub before we went out. And it got a bit too much. I did get sick. I know, how embarrassing. I know. But you know the way people are meant to be all sound and all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, I won't say nothing if you get sick and all that. There was some stupid worker in that pub, right? And she actually seen me get sick. And because that pub is in partnership with the nightclub, she went over and told the bouncers not to let me in. She actually said, do not let Dano, McCormack, into this nightclub. So I thought nothing of it until I actually went over, and then one of the lads that I was with actually told me that the young one who was working in there ratted out to the bouncers that I got sick all over the place. I won't give names, but you know who you are. I doubt you'll be watching it, but shout out to ED. But yeah, anyways, went over to the bouncer and I wobbled over. I know, how embarrassing again. Wobbled over and I was like, oh, what's the story? And he was like, you're not getting in tonight. I was like, why? I'm 23, like. And then it was like, oh, you've had a bit too much to drink. What is the point in going out? What? Do you expect me to go up to the door without any drink in me? Like, oh, I wish I could curse in this, but YouTube now have censors. So I walked up and I was like, oh, why won't you let me in? Like, I barely drank that. And he was like, oh, you've had a bit too much to drink, can't you see? No, not really. I've seen people go in there worse. And people younger than me, must I add, in around the ages of 16, 17, but sure, look, I'll leave that till another day. Although, you know, the nice old Garda were outside watching all the 16, 17-year-olds going in, while a nice 23-year-old like myself, you know, couldn't get in. So because the Garda were there, I was actually going to go over to them and speak to them, see if I could get in, but I don't know if that would have got me in more trouble, so I left it. So I went over to the restaurant behind me and one of the boys brought me over to try sober me up, and he gave me a bottle of water and chicken goujons. I love chicken, and he knew that. So yeah, I spent about 15-20 minutes trying to sober up. So I went over to him again, and I was like, how are you? I was like, I think I'm after sobering up. I'm after being over there for the past 15-20 minutes trying to sober up. And he was like, no, you're still wobbling all over the place. I didn't move. I was standing still, and the fella told me that I was wobbling. And then I says, here, why won't you let me out? Let me in, sorry. And he was like, no, maybe next weekend. But the thing is, I says to him, I am not going to be down here again next weekend. Like, I'm only after coming up from Waterford, which I was at the time. And I'm just looking to go out with all my friends and all that. Oh, I don't care where you came from, he says back to me. Alright, so. Anyway, I went back home. I says it to him, right, look. So it's no, that's your final answer. And he was like, final answer. I was like, right, grand. And then he says, see you next time, maybe when you're not drunk. Because you won't be seeing me at all. And one of the boys actually stayed out. Because I told him to stay out. Obviously, I didn't want to ruin anyone else's night. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that type of person. Oh yeah, if I'm not getting in, like, I expect all you to stay out with me. I wanted everyone else to enjoy the rest of their night. And rightly so. You're not the right type of person if you drag the whole crowd home with you and put an end to their night, you know what I mean? But he went back up to the door anyway, and the bouncer says to him, oh yeah, I'm warning you for next time. Don't tell me how to do my job, or else you'll be getting thrown out next time, or you'll be barred. And my mate turns around and he goes, I went over and I sobered him up. Listen, the point I'm trying to get across, not all now, I know a few nice bouncers, but most bouncers abuse their power. They think that they're in charge of the whole place. They think that they're the best thing going just because they have a security jacket on. I get on with most bouncers, but you know, I should be entitled to drink a tiny bit much. Maybe I did have a bit more than I should have. But come on, like, I have seen people that have been in worse states, dropping pills, snorting coke, like, in front of the bouncers. Oh yeah, I'm just clearing my nose. Yeah, alright. Clearing it alright. Thing is, I don't understand how this goes on. I suppose it's all about who you know sort of thing. But it's partially the reason I don't go out in Portlaoise anymore. Like, I'd go out in any other city and I'd be about 10 times worse than what I was last Saturday. Like, I could still walk, I could still see. Yeah, everything was a blur, but look, that's the sign of a good night, apparently. But, you know, like, I've went to other cities in the past, and I have been in 10 times more states, and the bouncers don't even say nothing. I thought it was just a case in, oh yeah, look at your ID, if you're old enough you can get in. I mentioned to the bouncer, here, look, I'm not going to start trouble, look at me, I'm like fucking thin as a whistle. Oops, I cursed. But yeah, I'm thin as a whistle, and I've the most innocent head going, like, so I'm not going to start trouble. Oh yeah, well, I'm not saying that you're going to cause trouble, it just looks bad on the nightclub for allowing you in. Listen pal, I'll tell you what looks worse on the nightclub. You allowing in 15, 16, 17 and not even 18-year-olds. That looks worse on the club. Not even checking them for their ID. There were about 5 or 6 girls that walked past actually last weekend and walked up to the bouncer and goes, oh yeah, you should remember me from last weekend. Yeah, point proven there, kid. Yeah, no problem. Allow them in, don't even ask them for their ID. And you know what? Fair play to them, they got in. I don't know what state they were in because I didn't know what state I was in. But that's what I mean, it's all about who you know. I don't know. I don't agree with, you know, favouritism. I don't agree with it one bit. And as I said, bouncers just abuse too much of their power. And I forgot to mention, happy late 420, folks. Blaze it.